My name is Dr. Andrew Eichel, and I'm a learning specialist in the Center for Academic Success in the Clough Commons. All the learning specialists at CAS work individually with students to enhance academic skills, discover motivation, and improve performance. So if you like anything I'm about to talk about, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and visit our website to sign up for academic coaching today. Many's the time I've met with a student and inquired about their study strategies. More often than not, those study strategies include taking notes. My follow-up question is always the same. What do you do with those notes? The most common answer is some version of I read them or I rewrite them. Unfortunately, if not unsurprisingly, these are the most inefficient ways to use a potentially powerful study aid. The least useful part of notes is the actual writing of them. What matters is what you do with them and how you turn them into an interactive tool that you can use now and later. Stick around for some tips on how to do just that. The first thing to keep in mind is that these notes are yours. You're not simply rewriting or retranscribing them. You are making notes that will be helpful for you now and in the future. This means that you should use visual cues that make sense to you. Bullet pointing or color coding can work, so if you haven't tried them, give them a shot. Information on paper is useless without organization. Regardless of the structure you choose, be careful you don't try to record everything you hear. That leads to a struggle between listening to the professor and recording relevant information. Another common mistake is writing down what is already known. This is a waste of time. Effective note-taking should integrate prior knowledge so that connections can be made to improve retention and recall. You almost never need to take notes in complete sentences. Instead, leave out filler or structural words like a, an, and the. Usually you just need nouns and verbs. Also, abbreviate as often as possible, writing only the first few letters of each word. Paraphrasing or summarizing is key to show true ownership over the content rather than simple regurgitation. You can do this periodically, usually at the end of chapters or sections as a way to quiz yourself. To up your note-making, consider developing symbols to indicate items of importance, particular difficulty, or other factors. Now that you've made your notes, you can get to the real work. If you've abbreviated as much as possible, you've already created a fill-in-the-blank worksheet. Ideally, you'll sit down right after class for 15 to 30 minutes and expand on those notes. You can even write comments or annotations to help you prepare for office hours. When you simply reread notes, you're not making your brain do any real work. You may memorize a few details, but that's not going to help you when it comes time to apply that information. Expanding your notes forces your brain to generate the knowledge, helping with retention and recall. You can take those expanded notes and do more with them. Go back over and delete things like vocabulary, formulae, etc. Now you have another interactive quiz. The next step would be to turn declarative sentences into short answer questions, a step beyond fill in the blank. When you stop thinking of notes as something simply to be read, you suddenly have a very versatile tool. Another popular note-taking model is the Cornell method. This scheme consists of splitting a page into 3 different sections where different content will be written. To start, draw a horizontal line 2 inches from the bottom of the page. This is called the summary area. Then, draw a vertical line about 2.5 inches wide from the left edge of the page. The space to the left is called the question or cue area. The space to the right is the notes area. In the notes area, capture details like key vocab, problems worked on in class, and main ideas. You can use symbols, telegraphic sentences, or abbreviations. They will need to make sense to you, so choose carefully and stick with your system. Later, after class, review your notes area and fill in any gaps from abbreviations and the like. With the notes fresh in your mind, you can start filling the cue area by formulating questions that the notes answer. Then, start reciting the questions and, without looking at your notes, try answering in your own words as comprehensively and accurately as possible. Continue to self-test to check how much you really learned. The next step is to summarize. Now that you have learned the content of your notes, use the summary area to write down in a few sentences their full essence. For perspective, pretend you're trying to teach someone else the content of your notes. The Cornell method can feel awkward at first, but it is a well-researched note-taking strategy that can help you make the most of your notes while you're taking them and after. Don't rely on simple transcription of all details to create notes you can put to immediate use. Your note-making needs to be active, efficient, and study-oriented. Avoid rewriting. Instead, you want to create a flexible tool that allows you to fill in the gaps in your knowledge while also giving the opportunity to contextualize from lesson to lesson. With a little patience and practice, you can up your note-making game and turn this stale strategy into a successful technique. For more tips like these on all aspects of academic success, visit our website and sign up for academic coaching today. We welcome the opportunity to work with you individually. Thank you.